Sutton Arts Theatre give themselves some very busy times. They've got 2 shows on the way, the first of which is running from the 4th to the 13th of May. It's Anyone for Breakfast. I have 2 of the stars of that show and the next one here with me now. Sophie Louise-Johnson and Chris Commander. Hello.
Hello.
Right, first of all, Sophie, tell us a bit about how the work of Sutton is going at the moment and what you're up to.
It's very, very full on. We have several plays and we have 1 musical and a panto every single year. So we always seem to get involved with pretty much every production, which is great. I feel like I'm never off the stage at Sutton Arts. You more so.
It's good.
Even more so. It's fab. It's a fab theatre company to be a part of.
And you do some great stuff. The last thing I had a chance to get along to see was A Wedding Singer, and that was absolutely brilliant. That was so well done. And it's a nice, intimate theatre. And I think that adds to it, doesn't it? Because you're so close to the audience. And sometimes, because of the size of the theatre, not because of the size of of your interest, you can sell the place out and you've got nearly as many people on stage as you have in the audience, which is great, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is a great little theatre. It's a little gem because it's kind of hidden away in Sutton and it's not kind of really known about, but you do tend to find, because of the membership and the loyalty to the theatre, that a lot of the productions are pretty much sold out before you even go on, which is always
it does
great.
mean you get long runs as well, from the 4th to the 11th. That's very long for an Amdram group, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. We if it's a play, we do 10 nights, so kind of week and a half, with no matinees. But when we do the musical and the pantos, we do have weekend matinees. So it's very full on, but it's a fun crew, a fun few weeks.
Well, tell us a little bit about the play in May, which is Anyone for Breakfast.
Yeah, Anyone for Breakfast is a complete farce. It's fab. It's a great comedy piece. And it's all about couples that are kind of in a house, overlapping, lots of secrets, lots of affairs, all missing each other. The timing is like spot on, isn't it?
And you have a toy boy who's in the show over here as well, Chris.
I am the classified toy boy in Anyone for Breakfast. I play a character called Mark, who is a motorcyclist enthusiast, and one of the couple's wives wants an affair with a young boy that she's met at the squash club. Hence me. And I come in, leather in tow, and she tries to have an affair with me in her friend's house. It's all very convoluted.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre setup, but even from the first read through that we had of the script, and we all sat there as the cast, we were just in stitches,
it was
weren't we?
so much fun.
It's so
fun.
funny. Mm. Even before we put it on stage or started even acting it out, it was just hilarious.
It's a lot of fun to read. And
you've got some work to do because you've got to perfect a German accent.
I have. I always end up with some role with some accent.
You do, yeah.
But Christopher, you've got a slightly American accent there as well because of your youth and your upbringing, even though you are a Brit.
True.
So, I mean, are you going to have to lose that accent to be a toy boy?
Yes, I have to lose the accent to be a toy boy.
Okay, so let's see how you are without the accent then. Where are you going with it?
Okay, so my accent for England is sort of like this, and I'll do this for the whole show. So you guys get a treat for that. There you go.
Very good.
But that is difficult to do, though, isn't it?
It is quite difficult, but the problem is getting out of it sometimes. You sort of get yourself into it so much. I recently did a play called The Vortex, which was all English. And for weeks on end, I was being very method. I was like, I'm going to speak like this forever. And then it was very difficult to get out of when the run was finished. So I feel like that's probably going to happen with this one as well.
And is that going to be the same for the German?
Probably not. I'm not quite there with it yet. I think when I do try and do the accent in rehearsal, it's coming across.
I've already been told don't ask her to do the German accent, but there we are. So that's all good.
It'll be all right on the night.
I'm sure it will. And it's going to be a great fun production by the sounds of it. And how many are involved in the total cast? Because we've already heard about several couples, most of whom Christopher's trying to cop off with, I think.
So there are 2 couples. So there's a husband and wife and a husband and wife. So that's 4. Then there's you, the 2 play people they want to play with. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then there's a friend who is part of the secret as well.
Yeah. It's a smaller cast, isn't it?
Yeah. So 4, 5, 6. So 7 of us on stage, all at one point.
But even so, I mean, the timing on that then has to be absolutely perfect, and that's going to be what's done in rehearsal, isn't it? That's going to be the magic you learn.
Yeah, and it's all starting to come together now. We're on the stage, aren't we?
Yeah, we are on the stage
We're
finally.
Full on now with rehearsals most nights and starting to block it and time it, and it's brilliant. We're having such a laugh while we're doing it.
We are, yeah.
But this is the joy of having your own theatre as well, isn't it? You get to rehearse in the space that you're going to be performing, and it's not one last minute, let's have a dress and tech work. It is all done as you go along.
Yeah, so you get to build it. I feel like I live there sometimes. I feel like I'm there all the time.
Like especially this week with the 2 shows rehearsing. Actually, couple weeks back, there were 3 shows rehearsing in the same space, and they had to figure out, there was a streetcar that was just on, which was brilliant, and we had to figure out scheduling between who was going to use what space, who was on stage, who was going to be across the road. But it all works out in the end. We all figure out.
We're all friends, aren't we? It's a big community of people that are involved at Sutton Arts, and we all help each other out.
That means, though, that you can have 3 companies all working alongside each other, even though, as you say, you're crossing over into the other show. Tell us about the second show coming along in June.
Oh, that's Hello Dolly.
Hello.
Yeah, that's at June at Sutton Arts. We do a musical every year, and what Sutton are trying to do is do kind of one kind of older classic and then a new contemporary. So far we've done West Side Story and Wedding Singer last year as the contemporary, so we've gone back to the classic option this year of Hello Dolly.
But again, a favourite for so many people, and something, if you don't know, you need to go along and see.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that I'd heard of, and I knew some of the tunes from, but I hadn't until I sat down and watched it. And I fell in love with it straight away. Obviously, on my prep before auditions and getting excited before the launch at Sutton, watched the film, and straight away I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So 2 great shows, loads of action, a comedy play, a full-on farce, and of course Hello Dolly as well. So how do people find out more about Sutton Arts Theatre? What's the website?
They go to suttonartstheatre.co.uk, and they can also call the box office at 0121 355 5355.
Well remembered.
Thank you.
Excellent work, Christopher. So, Chris and Sophie, thank you for joining us. Don't forget, once again, that website, suttonartstheatre.co.uk. Get along there, find out more about your tickets, and look at all the great things they do as they run through their theatre year. But once again, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Cheers.